Hello and welcome. My name is Christina from Empowered Creator. I am a mindset and conscious manifesting teacher and coach, and this is my YouTube channel. Here I talk about all things law of assumption, mindset, conscious manifesting, the quantum universe, and a lot more. And my goal is to simplify everything without the fluff. So if you guys like this content and you would like to see more of it, I would love it if you would subscribe to this channel, comment on this video, like it, share it, and stick around. Also, if you need help with your specific situation, I offer one-on-one coaching, email coaching, small group coaching, as well as custom subliminals for whatever needs you may have. So if you're interested in any of these services, the links are below in the description box. Click on them and they're going to take you to my website. With all that being said, let's dive into today's video. In today's video, I want to give some encouragement and some motivation to all of you who are manifesting a specific person. And I want to tell you guys and explain to you why your desire and your union with your specific person is inevitable. So this is what I'll be discussing in today's video. Stay tuned. So you guys, I want you to remind this to yourself. I want you to always try and remember this, especially at times when you're feeling doubt, when you're feeling insecurities or fears popping up. And I want you to put it inside your head and register it as best as you can that your desire to be with your specific person, your union with your specific person, is something inevitable. The reason you're having this desire in the first place, and I know I've had a lot of conversations with many of you where you've told me, this person is special, this person is nothing like anything I've ever met or I've ever felt with anyone else. I've never felt so deeply about anyone else in my life. All this is because this deep desire that you're feeling for this specific person, this special feeling that you're getting about them, this special connection that you have with them, this special connection that you're feeling with them, is because this desire has been given to you by your higher self. Your higher self has experienced this desire already in the 4D, in the quantum field, in the field of infinite potential. Your higher self knows what it feels like to be with this person, what it feels like to be so deeply in love and so deeply connected with that person. And essentially what's happening is that you're being nudged to become a better version of yourself, to rise to a higher level, higher than the 3D, higher than any circumstances, so that you can actually experience this desire that is already meant for you in the first place. This union with your specific person is already meant for you. It's been given by your higher self, and it's yours to experience. It's meant for you and you only. So you see then why, as you're rising above the circumstances, as you're rising above the 3D, as you're rising above the reality as you're only able to experience with your senses, you are rising to a higher level of consciousness. You are attaining more and more and more and more self-mastery, mastery of your feelings, of your thoughts, of your beliefs, of your assumptions, the mastery to shape your own life. And so as you rise to that version of yourself, your desire becomes inevitable. The union with your specific person becomes inevitable because now you are a different version of yourself. You are a much better version of yourself, a much more improved version of yourself. And so they are also compelled, as the mirror that they are, the mirror of your inner world, like everything and everyone else in the 3D, they are compelled to reflect that back to you and to show you that different, that better version of themselves as well. And in my experience, that also tends to be a version that is above the 3D, a version that is above any circumstances, a version that is above and beyond the old story. None of this matters anymore in that new reality, in that new version of yourself and of your person, because you are literally new people, you are literally new versions of yourselves. And so now you're both operating under this new reality. So as you're shedding that old story, as you're shedding those old circumstances, as you're shedding that old pain and hurt of the past, that resentment, all that triggering of everything that happened in the past, and as you're moving into a new story, as you're moving into a new state, and into a new energy, that is what you're projecting outwards. That is what your person is receiving subconsciously. And so it's inevitable that they're going to project back to you a new, improved, better version of themselves. And as you're getting more and more into that headspace of, I am with my specific person, I'm going to be with my specific person, I am loved, I am wanted, I am desired, I'm chosen by my specific person, and you get yourself into that state, you start feeling it and you start embodying it, and you start convincing yourself and your mind that this is now the story, and this is what the reality, the 3D reality, is going to be reflecting, the 3D, and that includes your specific person, has no choice but to actually conform to that. They have no choice but to actually reflect what you're now projecting outwards. And what you're now projecting outwards is a new version of yourself, someone who is confident, someone who is secure, someone who believes that their relationship, their union with their specific person, or their reunion with their specific person is going to come to pass. And this is what you get to see. This is what you get to experience with your 5 senses in this 3D world, in this 3D reality. So you guys, everything is about where you put your consciousness. As I've said many times, where you put your consciousness on is what you see more of. As you may have often heard in the manifesting community, where attention goes, energy flows. What that means is what you observe, what you focus on, what you put your attention on, what you put your consciousness and your awareness on is what you get to experience more of. So if your consciousness and your awareness is on yourself being someone who is loved, who is chosen by their specific person, who is feeling how they would feel, the way they would feel if they were now in a relationship with their specific person in the 3D is going to follow suit. And so it is inevitable that this union or this reunion or this relationship with your specific person is going to manifest. It is inevitable, you guys. The 3D is always a mirror of your inner world, of your own inner consciousness, of your inner energies, of your inner focus. And so once you put your focus on what you want will inevitably show itself, present itself, manifest itself in the 3D reality. I hope this has inspired and motivated you to keep going, to always be aware and always be mindful of where your dominant consciousness is, where your dominant state and your dominant energy is, what story you're telling within. And make sure that it most dominantly aligns with what you actually want to experience in the 3D. Once you do that, when it starts feeling natural within you, once it starts feeling more and more matter-of-factly, you are going to see that it's going to start being pushed out in the 3D, and that the 3D is going to start reflecting it more and more and more. With all that being said, I'm going to wrap up this video here. I intend that this has helped. As always, I very much appreciate you guys being on this channel, watching this content. I love making this content for you. And as always, I look forward to seeing you all at the next video. Until then, take care and bye-bye.